tears streaming down my face, the sounds of the train station could not entirely drown out my sobs. I clung to Mickey and Stella with desperate hugs, hoping that each embrace would change the course of my future. But no matter how badly I wanted to stay, that train was going to leave the station, and I had to be on it. One last time I hugged my little sister Stella tightly and spoke to Mickey hushedly. "I'll come back." 6 weeks earlier, I met my new family at the Centre du Monde, which Salvador Dali lovingly called the Perpignan train station. Stella grabbed my hand as if we weren't strangers at all and asked me if I liked candy. No sooner did I step off that train did she have me strolling through every candy shop in Perpignan, peering through the windows with a big smile drawn on her face as we walked down Rue Gambetta to where her and her mother lived. That night would be the first of so many summer evenings that I would spend with my French family, learning how to speak like a Pyrenees southerner and behave like a real Catalanian. Together, Stella and I would clean up the delicious meal that Mickey had prepared for us each night. And each night, Stella would choose a different game for us to play. Her favorite was Monopoly. I can still hear her voice in my ear. "Tu connais Monopoly?" "Of course, bien sûr," I would exclaim excitedly. She would roll the dice. 9. Her game piece would jump 11 spaces. I interjected, "Je l'ai vu, I saw that." She laughed, and with that I could see the flicker of understanding that she now possessed. This American sister, who spoke rather dumb French, was smart enough to know when her little sister was cheating. Over the next 6 weeks, Stella would teach me so much about myself, about our differing ways of life, about the lenses with which we viewed things. I remember one morning, I had just stepped out of the shower with a sopping wet head, and for the first time, I decided to use the mini travel blow dryer that I had brought with me. No sooner did I flick on the switch, and Stella was careening into the water closet, yelling, "Qu'est-ce que tu fais? What are you doing?" Less of a question and more of an accusation. "Quoi? What am I doing?" "Why do you do this?" she says. "The air, it dries your hair. Why waste the electricity?" She was right. After all, where she lived, the sun shines brighter than 1,000 Chicago suns. Locals could always tell who the visitors were, as they sunned themselves out in the open. Locals would purposely zigzag across sidewalks just to seek refuge in the shady spots on the streets. If I had turned on multiple lamps in the house, she would walk around talking to me in her fast French all the while, turning off lights as she went, showing me the importance of saving energy. Sometimes I couldn't tell who the little sister was, with the way she made it her duty to educate me, and I loved every moment of it. As the train pulled out of the station, headed towards Paris and my awaiting flight back to the U.S., I couldn't help but feel a mixed sense of wonder, sadness, and that I had been changed for the better. Now, 4 years later, I still remember what I said to Mickey. "I'll come back."